What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to the week of Hero or Zero. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We're back again talking one comic book character, as we do every single week. We talk their good points, their bad points, and just generally give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how's it going?
I'm tired, Conor. How could you do this to me?
I'm also a bit tired.
For those that don't know, it is currently 13 minutes past 11. And I have deemed it too early to work.
We've been recording during the day, like afternoon, for all this time. But today I was just like, we'll record earlier because I have things to do later on. I'm
not a fan of it.
No.
I'm not on my best form.
Yeah, I've had to wake up before noon. It's ridiculous in these kind of conditions, Shaun.
Conor, the sun is about to be high in the sky. How am I meant to work like that?
So, what I decided to do was I was going to say combination, to combine these two, right? Out of the fact that we are now our 16-year-old selves and somehow cannot function at 11 o'clock in the day.
The good old days.
Do you remember when we had to go to work? It was madness.
Oh, Jesus, that's never happened again.
But we get to combine the fact that we can't function at 11 with a character that has no real windows for comedy. I thought that was going to be the perfect combo.
Well, no, everything has windows for comedy, surely.
You would think.
But this character is pure dry.
The character I've chosen is Victor Zsasz for this week's Hero Zero, Shaun.
Victor Zsasz is a great lad, Conor.
he's oh man, you should hear what he gets up to. It's a funny man.
He loves counting. That's funny. That's funny.
What do you know about Victor Zsasz, Shaun?
Victor Zsasz, from what I know, is a serial killer in the Batman DC universe. And every time he kills someone, he puts a tally mark on his body. And he's riddled with tally marks. This
is true. He's also in Birds of Prey.
He's also in Birds of Prey.
Hugh McGregor's assistant in Birds of Prey.
Yes, and he's also in Arkham Asylum, and you just punch him real hard once.
Just punch him a lot. He's also in Arkham City.
He's much better in that.
Yeah. Victor Zsasz, usually just known as Mr. Zsasz, if you want to get technical, is a psychopathic serial killer, right? So that might surprise you, Shaun. I thought this was going to be perfect route for comedy. Here we go, right. His origin. Mr. Zsasz lived in a privileged existence. He had a loving, wealthy family and graduated top of his class in college. Zsasz was the head of his own international company and had amassed a large personal fortune in addition to his family's wealth. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Zsasz.
It really is. They all have large personal fortunes, don't they?
Yeah. I think it's just a Batman thing.
Fair. But now, and does he somehow lose this fortune through his own mistakes?
Oh boys, that's a bold call to make. Well, when he was 25, his parents died in a boating accident, Shaun.
Oh Jesus, no.
Sending him into a deep depression. In an attempt to distract himself from his growing depression, Zsasz became swept up in the high-stakes world of gambling.
The classic, the rich man's folly, gambling.
He neglected his companies while gaining and just as often losing huge sums of money in card games. It all came to a head in one game, in which Zsasz bet everything to his name in a game against the Penguin.
Oh no. Now, is the Penguin being honest in this game? Did he own the casino? Because never bet against the guy who owns the casino.
He probably owned the casino if it was pegged.
Zsasz, what are you doing?
Come on, Zsasz. Why don't you just become a serial killer, Zsasz? There's way more than that. It was then that Zsasz realised, after he lost everything, right? He lost to Penguin in this high-stakes game. He went all in, got nothing back.
Yeah.
It was then that Zsasz realised, you have your high life, your high roll in life. You've been there. You've bet millions, and you've come away with nothing. How did that make you feel, Shaun? Just you're our man on the ground.
I mean, look, I don't like to talk about how much money I lost in that penny pusher, but It ruined me, Conor.
I once played blackjack with my family for fake chips, so I know what loss feels like.
I've played matchstick poker.
We've been around. It was then that Zsasz realised that no amount of wealth could change the hollow person he had become or give any meaning to his life. This is comedy, Shaun. Keep up.
Oh, sorry. God, that's great.
And he fled the casino. He was going to attempt to commit suicide off the Gotham Bridge.
Right, okay, but he had a change of heart and turned his life around.
No, actually, his change of heart is even less comedic than him going to commit suicide off a bridge.
Oh, well, let's see about that.
What could be the least? What's the darkest way you could be saved from committing suicide? That's a strange question. I never thought I'd ask.
That is, yeah, I'm not even sure how to process that question. So you have to live, but it has to be darker than killing her. It's got to be killing someone else.
God damn, Shaun! While he was attempting to commit suicide by jumping, a homeless man tried to assault him with a knife. After he refused to give him money. He's like, here lad, I've after just losing everything to the peg right. He's trying to explain all this. Come on now.
Look, I had a high rolling factory firm. I don't know what the fuck he did.
My parents died in a boating accident when I was 25.
And you're coming at me with a knife?
Sorry, Mr. Homeless Man, I don't deal like that. After he refused to give him money, instinctively Zsasz grabbed the knife in a protection move, and he saw in the man's eyes that all life is meaningless, and that nothing nor anyone matters. He then proceeded to stab the man to death as a gift for saving his life.
That doesn't seem like a gift I would want.
This is a terrible gift at Christmas, ma'am. What
Happy
is this?
Happy birthday.
You know when you unwrap and it's just death.
Yeah.
I wanted a PlayStation.
You open the box and it's a letter that says turn around. You turn around and just get done in.
From then on, he dedicated himself to liberating is in quotation marks, others from their pointless existence. You see, Zsasz, he realised we're all pointless. And so he's just going to go around trying to kill as many of us as possible and free us from this mortal coil.
But do they get any say in this?
Well, I mean, they get to say, oh no, don't stab me. Does that count as a say?
Oh, I mean, that is an opinion that they're allowed to voice, but whether he listens to it.
Zsasz often refers to victims as zombies because we're all zombies to the man.
Well, I don't know. Maybe some of us are zombies to ourselves.
I'm a zombie to the rhythm. He usually preys on young women, but has no qualms over whom he murders. Yeah, just when you thought he couldn't get worse, he normally picks on young women, or he goes to young girl boarding schools. You know, just generally stuff like that, Shaun.
Just good-hearted stuff like that.
But he has no qualms over who he murders. Like, he can't murder anybody.
If you're doing something and someone describes you as preying on someone else, there's no way you're in the right there.
No, you never want to be preying on somebody.
Never.
Well, unless you're... there's a different version of preying. Like, if you have the hands together, like, fair play to you. But...
Fair play to you.
Fair play to you. To the big man above, fair play to a big day out last week. So he slits his victims' throats and leaves them in lifelike poses, adding a tally mark to his own body each time. He's been diagnosed as insane, Shaun. I might be surprised to know.
Go away, was he now?
And is regularly incarcerated in Arkham Asylum, courtesy of Batman, breaking out on occasion to carry on more killing because he just loves killing.
I just love killing.
Yes. So I have a few little stories of Zsasz and just what he does, you know, his general way of how he acts in the comics, because he's a stand-up guy. I know that's clear, he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
I have some incidences where he is a stand-up guy. So my first story is called The Last Arkham, and during his imprisonment, Zsasz had bribed a contractor, Zolly Hiram, to include a secret passage leading out from his cell. Okay?
Right, okay.
So he bribed them just to build a whole passage. During Arkham Asylum's reconstruction under its new head, Jeremiah Arkham, who inherited the asylum from his uncle Amadeus Arkham. Good names.
Yeah, oh, amazing names.
Yes.
So, wait, sorry. Can I just clarify? Zsasz paid this dude off because he was like, look, I'm going to end up there eventually.
Yes.
So I want to, and I'm going to be put in the same cell every time.
Or he bribed him after he was already there. But where did he get the money?
Where did he get the money? Because would he not? Is he still gambling while he's being a psycho?
I think life is the only one he gambles on now. And he always wins.
He always wins.
I don't think he's gambling. I don't think he gambles as much because life is meaningless. Why does he need money?
I mean, yeah, true. But what, like, does he pay rent? Does he eat anything ever?
Look, I don't know. I think that's a comic book thing where it's just like, just go with it.
Just go with it, yeah.
Yeah. Although Zsasz was restrained during the daytime when he was being treated personally by Jeremiah Arkham. So this guy, Jeremiah Arkham, he runs this Arkham Asylum. And he has shown that he's brutal on just criminals. He basically just tortures them. Because you're like, you're in Arkham now.
Yeah, no one's going to miss you.
Yeah. So he was restrained during the daytime when he was being treated personally by Jeremiah Arkham. He was brought back to his cell at night, from where he would then leave the asylum through the secret passage that the contractor had built, unbeknownst to the night guards. After murders fitting his modus operandi, Shaun, you like that?
Modus operandi? You're just casually throwing that in.
I've seen Diagnosis Murder begin surfacing. Batman and Commissioner Gordon faked Batman's insanity. I don't think you need to fake too much in order to get him inside the asylum and investigate Zsasz. Now, Jeremiah Arkham was not aware of this, and he was exceptionally brutal towards Batman, who had supposedly murdered a police officer. And over the course of the treatment, Zsasz had warped Jeremiah's mind and turned him into a mere henchman. So it comes out that Jeremiah Arkham is meant to be like torturing this guy, but Zsasz has basically converted him into his own henchman.
I get you. So he's turned him into a zombie.
He's turned him into a zombie, yeah. So due to like continuous conversations with Jeremiah over and over again as he's being tortured, he makes him realise that like he's in the right.
That's crazy.
Yes, it's pretty mad. Well, it is Arkham. So due to also these conversations with Jeremiah, Zsasz realised that Batman was a plant and subsequently murdered both.
He was a plant?
Poison ivy! Get over here! He murdered both the contractor and another inmate at Arkham who knew of Zsasz's ploy. So he found out Batman was Batman in Arkham, and his first step was, well, we gotta kill the contractor and we gotta kill another inmate who knows my plan because they're gonna rat me out.
Yeah, just as with most things, just start killing.
That's his first step. That's his modus operandi, Shaun. That's not how it worked. However, both Nightwing and Batman caught up to Zsasz when he tried to escape for the final time and put him back in Arkham, same cell.
Same cell. It's just like, what could go wrong, lads?
They just put a poster over the hole. Now, do not look behind that poster. Promise me. Promise me you won't, Zsasz.
Okay, I won't.
You laugh. Why'd you laugh? Why'd you not wear laugh?
Why are you laughing, Zsasz? What's so funny?
It's just so weird.
Just clearly like pulling up the poster.
Yeah, doesn't even wait until they leave. Come on, man. At least wait until we turn the corner. Fuck's sake. Nightfall is another story I wanted to cover. So after being released from Arkham Asylum, along with many other inmates, Nightfall is when all of Arkham's Asylum's inmates all break free. And they all go on the streets. And Batman has to go around trying kidnap's the wrong word, recapture.
Murder, yes.
Murder, prey, recapture. He has to kidnap them all and put them back into Arkham Asylum. You know the way it is.
Yeah, the classic move.
Yeah, the classic move. So after being released, he along with many other inmates, Zsasz, where do you think Zsasz would go? He has free reign, and he's been told cause as much havoc as possible because we want Batman tired. Where do you think he would go? Where would he get the biggest just kicks.
An orphanage.
Oh, good shout. Zsasz took an all-girls boarding school hostage and held the students at knife point, killing 2 police officers who were sent to arrest him. Batman finally arrived, though weakened both physically and mentally. He fought with Zsasz and tried to ignore the lunatic's mockery until he snapped. So even Batman snapped, because this was when he was going through all the criminals at once.
Yeah, and he was wrecked tired.
He snapped and severely beat him until he had to be stopped by Renee Montoya, who was also being kept hostage by Zsasz.
He'd have to pull Batman off him.
No, I just get one more kick in. No, he fucking deserves this.
Give me my guns.
Montoya, give me my machine gun. Okay?
I know I said to never give it to me, but give
Except
it to
for all
me.
those times that I definitely used it, but give it to me now. Zsasz was then led out of the boarding school by police and Harvey Bullock personally threatening him. Harvey's a nice guy, but he's never there for the actual half the work, you know what I mean?
Yeah, why would he be?
No. In No Man's Land, which is something we talked about before,
yes.
Zsasz was a patient in Dr. Leslie Tompkins' field hospital. Hospital. The T came before the P there. It was very weird. Hospital. For a brief while, proving to be eminently deadly, even when unconscious, and strapped to a stretcher. He managed to open one of the arteries of a field orderly with his fingernails during this time.
What?
Yes.
While unconscious? What?
Yes.
What? How? He was unconscious.
Mate, it's comics. He's like stone cold killer.
He's an out cold killer by the sounds of it.
Oh, good. I like the next line is once he woke up he was confronted by Dr. Tompkins, which in me feels like she's like, hey, don't be doing that. Don't be chopping people's arteries. Come on now, you're embarrassing nobody but yourself, Zsasz.
Get me the nail file.
She briefly gave him pause for being such a nice human and sharply contrasted with his total emptiness. And she gave him a slight pause, but then he just went back to his profound evil, because, I mean, what can you do?
He was just like, well, better not think about that ever again.
So my last story involves a different time. See, all of Zaz's stories are just he goes on a killing spree and Batman has to stop him before he gets into the double figures with the kills.
Right, yeah.
He just decides one day I'm just going to start killing people, and Batman's like, okay, this is his modus operandi. That was definitely my Day of the Word calendar.
Your Day of the Word calendar, was it?
Look, it's early. You know what I mean? It's a day. Do you not have a Day of the World calendar, no?
No, not at all. But look, It's nearly noon, lads.
It's a Day of the Word. Hallelujah. Criminal activities. We have Zsasz starting a killing spree in Gotham around the time when Stephanie Brown was Robin. Now, Stephanie Brown is someone we haven't talked about, but Stephanie Brown is Tim Drake's often love interest. She has been Batgirl, she's Spoiler, and she has been Robin.
Okay.
So she took over as Robin for a short time when Tim quit. I think his father was sick or something, so she stepped in. So she was Spoiler, and Batman didn't. Batman was very I don't know if I trust you, but she was very enthusiastic. And so she came in, and one of her first crimes was Zsasz, which would really put you on the map. Just really stuff.
You're not stopping some thug in an alley, you're stopping a serial killer.
Yeah, so she was Robin at the time. So Batman and Robin investigated the murders, and Zsasz took Robin as his next victim because she's also a young girl, Shaun, and he preys on that kind of thing.
He's kind of a scumbag.
What? With their combined efforts, Batman and Robin were able to seduce Zsasz and deliver him to the authorities, right? But before a quarterly psychiatric review, Zsasz killed his guard with metal poles attached to his neck bracket. So he has a neck bracket on. He killed his guards with what his neck bracket had spikes on it, or metal poles on it. He killed the two of them with that. He'll just kill anybody with anything.
Anything is a lethal weapon in his hand.
Yes, and escaped to kill again. Batman hunted for Zsasz, which proved unsuccessful, until Zsasz gained access to a charity event attended by Bruce Wayne and stabbed his beloved butler Alfred Pennyworth in the stomach.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
And did Bruce Wayne, could Bruce Wayne not react as like he couldn't go full on fight mode.
No, he just went, "No, not Michael Caine." He said that really loudly.
And everyone's like, "That's not Michael Caine."
He said, "I failed you, Alfred."
Excellent.
So Wayne held a press conference in which he announced that Alfred was still alive to lure Zsasz to him, right? So Wayne saved Alfred's life by driving him to the hospital, right? And then his next plan was to lure Zsasz straight to him. So Zsasz, he held the press conference, Wayne did, and he was just like, "Alfred's still alive and he's in that hospital, 203 down the road. He's still alive though, you failed. What can you do?"
He is unguarded.
Unguarded. There's no way we can stop anybody if they wanted to go back in and maybe finish the job. So, of course, Zsasz was not happy about this because Zsasz had already made a scar on his body for Alfred.
I see.
And Zsasz realised that his tally was off by 1. Zsasz even remarked in a famous quote, "My skin, it's crawling. Every inch of it feels wrong," is what he said. And he was determined to finish off his kill. So he just strolls over to the hospital. He's like, "This is easy. Bruce Wayne is a fucking rich dude. I mean, he's not going to have security." So he then proceeded to the hospital to finish off Alfred. However, Batman was standing right there and caught him off guard and knocked him unconscious.
Oh, that'll do it. That will.
One Punch Man just fucked him up.
I mean, like, so is his tally off forever now?
Actually, that's a good point. I think it is.
Fuck.
I never even realised that, but yeah, it's not something you can just undo. It's not like Control Z.
Yeah, you'd have to, like, to get rid of a scar is it's a tough thing to do.
But would you go through the plastic surgery because you'll just make that scar again? So does he just kill somebody else and leave that scar?
Could you get, like, an eraser tattooed beside it?
No, sorry, this one is wrong. This one right here, arrow down to that scar, just tattooed on your body or carved into your body.
Oh, you've been doing the carve thing for a while, so maybe mix it up.
Maybe mix it up with a tattoo, but like really big across his back. This one is wrong.
Yeah, just wrapping around his whole body.
So, powers and abilities of Zsasz. He's a hand-to-hand combat. He's advanced in hand-to-hand combat, I should say. Zsasz was able to dislocate Batman's arm in a fight and almost killed him at one time. He has business management, which, I mean, he did. He was doing really well until he started betting on everyone.
Yeah, but you can still put that in the CV.
Yeah, ad hoc duties, business management, that kind of thing. Knife proficiency. Zsasz is highly skilled in using knives, both for torture and in combat, and carries many on him for such a purpose. He's also skilled at throwing knives and other bladed weapons. Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Pain tolerance. Zsasz possesses an extremely high tolerance for pain and discomfort and thinks nothing of hurting himself. See, he doesn't give a shit, because he doesn't value anyone's life, even his own.
Yeah, so like he was ready to die ages ago, so he might as well just work away, and if he dies, he dies.
Yeah. And genius level intellect. So Zsasz is highly intelligent and has proven himself to be an extremely adept planner who is skilled at thinking on his feet, and who's also well read on a variety of subjects, particularly philosophy.
Okay.
So he's that guy who's like, he's read a lot of philosophy.
Human beings are the virus.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And you just gotta you're just like, look, I'm just trying to eat my dinner. Right, yeah. I'm sick of this.
Look, man, honestly, this is fucked.
Peak human condition. So Zsasz is in excellent shape due to rigorous training and possesses a very high level of strength, agility, flexibility that allows him to face Batman on even ground in a fight.
Gee, that's impressive.
Yeah. His weaknesses are my favourite part. Just one, mental illness.
But look, there's treatment for that.
Well, what is the treatment for that? More gambling?
More gambling, please, and more knives.
You can never have too many knives, is what I think.
So, well, can you say that louder and into this recording device?
Just really quickly, give this a listen. Mostly his main weapon is a knife, as I said. But in Arkham City, he appears as well. I think that's probably the one you know him from, more so than like general media. There's a whole side plot where phones keep ringing in Arkham, and Batman has to go pick them up, and he's like, wrong number, and then he puts that one down, then another one rings, and it's Zsasz, and he keeps calling all these payphones, and then tells Batman he's going to kill someone if he doesn't get as fast as he can to the second payphone. So Zsasz will kill his hostages one by one, however long it takes Batman to get to the next payphone. So you have to get to the next one, and after saving enough hostages, Batman is able to trace the calls and takes them out. But it's a pretty good side mission, and it'll really show you that Zsasz is fucked in the brain.
Yeah, and like you get all the you get like lore about him and things like that. I'm only remembering now, like it unlocks like Zsasz case files or something like that.
Yeah, and you get to hear his. Do you hear his Arkham tapes when they're interviewing him?
Yeah, I think you do. And it's just it's that universe's version of Zsasz, which is quite similar, I think, to what you've just said.
Yeah, I think he's normally just a psychopath who chops people's faces off and preys on young children.
I mean, I'll allow it. No, I won't actually. Hang on.
Police, really quickly, could you say that into the mic again?
I will not.
Do you want to take us out, Shaun?
Yes, thank you everyone for listening. That was a very good report, Conor. Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Hero or Zero. We'll be back on Monday with an episode of Movie Mondays, Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, and next Friday with my episode of Hero or Zero. Big thank you to all the patrons who support us over on Patreon. If you would like to join those fine people, there is a link in the description, or it's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast.
You will be getting an extra episode.
You will be getting an extra episode. We'll be doing our Lazarus Pit on Fan 4 Stick. That should be coming out sometime soon. The best way you can support the show is by telling one human being that we exist, or also leave a review on iTunes. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that would be really helpful. Those reviews are, for some reason, help with algorithms. I have no idea what's going on there. I'm not smart.
Don't you worry. Also, just for a little bit of announcement, there was an issue at iTunes this week with Easter weekend and stuff. Episodes are delayed, publishing to iTunes. So the best way that anyone can keep track of any episodes is probably follow us on the Twitter or the Facebook or the Instagram, and you'll get up to the minute reporting of when episodes are out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because I was like, that's very strange, because someone messaged me, one of my friends, it was just like, it won't download on the iTunes.
Yeah, I've looked into it, and like there's nothing it seems I can do. It's just a question of waiting until iTunes updates every few days or so, but I think with the Easter weekend it just got everything thrown out.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. That's we covered that. That's a bit of admin ad hoc duties.
Bit of ad hoc duties, lads. See, we did make this episode funny. So all of the socials are in the description. You can follow us on any of those to keep track of the shows. But I think that's about it for the week.
I think that's it. I think we nailed it.
I think we failed it. No, shit, the other one. Nailed it.
So, I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Mead.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.